chill for a little bit. I gotta say something, and if you skip ahead, you're gonna miss it. Be sure to subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1K subscribers by the end of this year. I really appreciate it. Here's a bar graph of everybody who subscribed. Subscribe, please. This is the deck profile, and I want to say straight out the start, there are some cards that you do not need to craft. Yes, you do not need to craft. You don't need them. I'm only putting them in there because it makes the deck significantly better, but if you don't want to craft 2 ultra rares and 1 super, you don't have to. All right, so pretty much let's get down to the deck profile. Side by side, I'll show you what it looked like before and what it looks like now. See the difference? Might be a little hard. Let me walk you through it. So we're running 3 of the structure deck, and we've only crafted 4 cards. Those 4 cards being in the extra deck: Salamangreat YuGiOh, Splash Mage, and 2 Salamangreat Pyro Phoenix. Now, why did we craft these? Pyro Phoenix has an amazing effect where it says you can destroy all cards your opponent controls. Good, right? Only way you can do that though is if you link on top of it. And the easiest way to do that is having a field spell, which is extremely easy to search out. Trust me when I say that, extremely easy. And you literally just summon one on top of the other and you blow up everything your opponent has. Now, we're on Stelio. Why do we run this? It's a rank 3, and it's the only XYZ in our extra deck. It's extremely easy to make in this deck. It's kind of weird, but this deck runs a lot of level 3s, which are very easy to access, and this just lets you special summon Salamangreat from your deck. It's a really good monster. It also has a bounce effect if you use it as material. You should definitely run it. If you don't want to craft it, you don't need to craft it. It's not game ending. It's not going to change the way the deck works, but I mean, you should probably craft it if you can. Finally, Splash Mage. This is extra. You don't need this. The only reason this is in here for is so that you can go into Decode Talker Heat Soul, the new card that's in this. That's the only reason Splash Mage is here. Essentially, Splash Mage is extremely easy to make in this deck. 2 Cyberverse monsters. Essentially every single monster in the deck except Ash Blossom. Special summon a Cyberverse from your graveyard, and you immediately go into Heat Soul. Heat Soul, draw a card during your opponent's turn. Insane. There are rares in the extra deck that you will have to craft, but like honestly, look at the top left of my screen. I have so many rare normal tickets compared to like super and ultra rare. I'm guessing it's very similar to you. It shouldn't be a big deal to craft these. I mean, I hope not. We have 1 Flame Administrator. This lets you push for damage. It makes all your links big. And the cool thing with your links is that you can easily special summon them back from the graveyard. I'll get into that later. Next we have Detonator Deleter. This guy has a really good effect. His effect is once returned at the start of the damage step, if this card battles a face-up monster that is not a link 3 or higher, so essentially if it battles a non-link monster, instantly destroy it. Wow, very good. Also has another effect. You can tribute a monster it points to and then destroy a monster on the field. That's just a bonus good effect. Pretty much you only bring this out if your opponent has a big monster and you just easily want to pop, get rid of it. Besides that, we run 3 of the cards in a structure deck. Only 2 Heat Leo just because the extra deck's getting tight. Now I will say, if you don't want to craft Pyro Phoenix because you don't want to like use an ultra rare or whatever, just bump up Heat Leo. And cards to consider in the extra deck, extremely important as well. You need a boss monster, whether that be Oral Sword, Oral Guard, Oral Load, Access Code Talker. You should have a boss in your extra deck. This is kind of budget. My boss is the Salamangreat Pyro Phoenix. It's not really much of a boss. It does blow up the opponent's board, but I mean, it doesn't really protect you, you know? I highly recommend putting a boss monster if you already have it in your collection. If not, you'll be fine with what I have here. All right, main deck. Main deck's really important here. So we got Salamangreat Mole and Salamangreat Meer. We're only running 1 of these because one of them is when it's added to your hand, special summon Meer. And the other one is if you link summon, you can special summon Mole to where a link arrow points. We only need 1. It's searchable. It allows us to extend plays. I do recommend at least playing either Mole or Meer. I'm running both just because I want to have options in my deck. If you don't want options, don't worry about it. 3 Salamangreat Foxy. A majority of the deck is Salamangreat. You look at the top 3 cards of your deck. If one of them is Salamangreat, add it to your hand. It can be spell, trap, or monster. Really good. Also has a graveyard effect where it just comes back like insane. Really good card. The best Salamangreat simply because it's at 2. Salamangreat Gazelle. If a Salamangreat is sent to the graveyard, whether it's sent from a link summon, whether it's sent from whatever, you can special summon this from your hand. Whether it's special or normal, you can send a Salamangreat from your deck to the graveyard. Yeah, you're not adding it to your hand, you're sending it, but it's pretty good because Salamangreat has a lot of effects that grab cards from the graveyard or special themselves from the graveyard. Speaking of which is Salamangreat Spinny. Salamangreat Spinny has the effect if you control a Salamangreat, special summon this from the graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. Essentially, you make the rank 3. Yes, that's why we crafted the rank 3, because we can make this guy easy. If you don't make the rank 3, then you're probably going to get this guy banished. Boo-hoo. It's not a big deal because you run 3. Next up, we have Salamangreat Falco. Don't really have much to say about this guy. He has an amazing effect. I'm not going to read it out. but he is an amazing effect. It's just hard to get him in the graveyard, and it's hard to get him on the field. It's like, that's why we only run one. Similar with Jaguar. He has an even better effect in my opinion because he can easily come back from the graveyard, but just getting him on the field or in the graveyard is kind of hard, so we're only running one. But one card we are running 3 of is Salamangreat Fowl, and you may ask yourself, why are you running Salamangreat Fowl 3? Well, the first line of text, when you normal summon or special summon a Salamangreat, special summon this card. Yes, it's an extender. Whatever you summon, pretty much the whole deck is Salamangreat, you can special summon this card from the hand. Yeah, it has a graveyard effect. You can destroy an opponent's set card. It may come up. The most important part is just it extends your plays. We got 3 copies of Cynet Mining, searchability, a unique one, and you may be questioning yourself and asking, why do you have 3 copies of Grid Rod? Well, I'll answer that real quick. Equipped to a Cyberverse, it's unaffected by everything, cannot be destroyed by battle once per turn. Imagine you bring out your boss monster, whether it be Heat Soul, Heat Leo, or Pyro Phoenix. Now it's unaffected by everything in the entire game. It is invincible, and it can't be destroyed by battle. What's your opponent going to do? He's going to have to destroy this card. That's why we run it, because it's a win condition. We're not running 50 hand traps. We're not running the best cards in the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! So we have to run this win con. If we get this card and we get a link, we're sitting pretty. Our opponent's going to have a tough time outing it. Trust me when I say that. Next, we only run 1 Salamangreat Sanctuary. Now, I'm only running 1. It's extremely searchable. And when I say that, I don't say it lightly. I mean, every single turn, you should be seeing this card. It is so easy to get. You get it from the link 1, and you bring out the link 1 every single time because he has a great graveyard effect and he has a great summon effect. Now, you could run multiple Sanctuary. You can run 2, you can run 3, but really, ultimately, you only need 1. Even if it gets destroyed, you can bring it back from the graveyard. If it gets banished, well, you might be losing that game. So consider running 2 if you're afraid of it getting banished. Next, we have 3 Will of the Salamangreat. Now, why do we run 3? Well, simply because it has the effect that says special summon a Salamangreat from your hand or graveyard. It doesn't say in defense, it doesn't say in attack, literally just special summon it, which means you can bring back your links. And that means you can easily go into bigger links. That's why I'm saying run boss monsters. This deck can bring out boss monsters like crazy. I am not kidding when I say that. It is literally maddening. It is so cool. Also, it has another effect where you can just like special summon like 2 or 3 Salamangreats from your graveyard in defense position. It just lets you go into an instant link play. But really, it gets the bad cards out of your hand by letting you special summon from your hand, and it lets you recur stuff from your graveyard. Amazing card. You should always run 3 of it. It is just so good. Next up, we have Salamangreat Circle. Adds a Salamangreat from your deck to your hand. Quick play, and it protects your links. It's really, really good. You should run it. Now, you're going to be looking at the trap lineup and going like, why is he running 3 Rage? What is he thinking? Is he crazy? Is he mad? Yes, I'm full of rage because I know this is the best card in the entire deck. Simply because if this is in your opening hand, since you are not running any hand traps or any expensive cards, this is the next best thing. You want to be able to stop your opponent on his turn. Trust me when I say that. If you let your opponent play the game, he is going to play the game and win. You don't want that. You want him to lose, right? That's why you want to build the best free-to-play deck ever. And you're watching this video. Be sure to subscribe. So, Salamangreat Rage is extremely good there because the first effect is, it's okay. The second effect is where it's good. You can destroy multiple cards your opponent controls. It does not target, and it's just amazing. Trust me when I say that. And finally, Salamangreat Roar. We're running 3 because it's essentially Solemn Judgment, the best trap in the entire game. And when I say that, I really mean it. You negate anything. Anything in the entire game. Your opponent activates anything. He breeds, negate. That's why this card is so good. You know what's even better about this? It comes back from the graveyard. Yeah, that's right. It comes back from the graveyard. Also, even if it doesn't come back from the graveyard because you're like, I don't want to do that. I want to let my opponent have a fair game. You can just add it back with the easiest monster to summon in the entire deck, Sunlight Wolf in the extra deck. Now you may be questioning yourself, why did you not mention some of the cards in your deck? Because these are bundle cards. You should always be including these cards when you build a budget deck, simply because they are good cards. They can be incorporated in any deck and they significantly make it better. Yes, we're not crafting a bunch of cards here. We don't have 3 Maxi, 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Effect Veilor, 3 Nibiru, 3 blah blah blah, 3 Called by the Grave. Like, bro, we're not. This is budget, bro. If you want to see more expensive, be sure to subscribe. And yeah, let's get into some gameplays. I'll talk about the game and Let's see. Going first, this is our opening hand. We have a Foxy, Jaguar, we have a Will, and a Lightning Storm. We're going first, so we're going to activate Foxy, revealing the top 3 cards of our deck and adding one of them to our hand. We're going to be adding Meer. Meer special summons himself right away. Just as soon as he's added, we go into Balance. Balance allows us to add the field spell directly from our deck. Incredibly good. The field spell allows us to link on top of our links for free. We're going into Sunlight Wolf. Sunlight Wolf is going to do nothing at first, but then we're going to overlay into Sunlight Wolf again, and then we're going to get the effect to special summon 2 from the graveyard. We are gonna go crazy. We're gonna add back the card that we just sent to the graveyard to special summon, and we're gonna go into Flame Administrator. Flame Administrator is okay, and as soon as Sunlight Wolf has a monster that's special summoned to the zone it points to, we add a monster from our graveyard. We're doing okay. Now, I will say, we don't really have a way to stop our opponent. That's the only thing about this deck. You need to see your traps. So I wasn't able to establish that. I'm sorry. But we're going to be going turn 2. Our opponent's playing Blue Eyes. We do Foxy. Look at the top 3 cards of our deck. Will is going to grab us something from the graveyard. We're going to grab Sunlight Wolf back from the graveyard. We're going to go into Balinks. Again, we don't have a search this time. Or do we? I don't remember. Gazelle is going to send something from our deck to the graveyard. We're going to add. We did have another Sanctuary in this time of the build. And we're going to send a trap from our deck to the graveyard. The reason we're sending a trap is, as you'll see, Pharaoh Phoenix is going to be special summoned. We're going to link summon using that Pharaoh Phoenix and destroy everything our opponent has. Attack, main phase 2, end phase. Our opponent's going to try to activate something in its graveyard. Ash Blossom, I don't think so. End turn. Our opponent's going to banish out of Blue Eyes to his hand, and he's like, what is he going to do? Harpy's Feather Duster. Balinks is going to say, nah, I'm going to negate that. And he's going to attack with Blue Eyes. We're going to lose our Phoenix. Oh no, he was the best card in our deck. Or was he? We're going to draw for turn Grid Rod. This is the reason we run Grid Rod. We're going to discard Jaguar to special summon Leer. We're going to go into our 3rd copy of Balinks. Jaguar is going to special summon himself by reshuffling our Phoenix to the extra deck. We're going to make a Sunlight Wolf. Now we're going to use our spell and bring out Phoenix. Yes, Sunlight Wolf is going to add us Ash Blossom from our graveyard. We're getting double advantage off that baby. And now we're going to go back into Phoenix, destroy his field until he activates Infinite Impermanence and negates our monster. So we're going to activate Grid Rod, making our monster completely immune to card effects, and we're going to attack over his Blue Eyes. Our opponent's going to draw for turn, and that's all she wrote. Let's go into game 2. Here we are, beautiful board. I forgot to put on the card sleeves and the field, but it should be fine. We're going to open up with Circle. Circle's going to add us a Gazelle to our hand. Gazelle is amazing here because as soon as we summon Foxy, we're going to look at the top 3 cards of our deck and we get a Meer, excuse me. Meer is going to special summon himself and we're going to immediately go into a Balinks. Balinks is going to allow us to grab a field from our deck. Gazelle is going to special summon from our hand. Now we're going to be able to send a Salamangreat from our deck to the graveyard. We're going to send a trap. We're going to put up the field. And we're going to go into Sunlight Wolf. Sunlight Wolf doesn't do anything right now, but we have Wills, so we are chilling. Sunlight Wolf is going to be summoned on top of Sunlight Wolf, which is going to grab us something from our graveyard. We're going to grab the trap. Amazing amazingness. Now we're going to use Will and special summon Foxy. He's going to grab Meer again. And we're doing pretty good. We're going to go into the rank 3. The rank 3 is going to allow us to grab something from our deck. And we're going to end on 2 traps. Negate and Disrupt. Our opponent is going to be playing some sort of Galaxy Eyes deck, I'm assuming. He's going to special summon Galaxy Eyes Soldier, and he's going to try to special summon his Cyber Dragon. Now here, I was tempted to not pop and let him continue his plays, but I realized I didn't want to lose any of my field presence, so I just destroyed everything. He ended up ending his turn, and we are going to activate our XYZ at the start of our turn. Gazelle's going to be special summoned. It's going to send something from our deck to the graveyard, and we are going to add Rage again, because guess what? Wolf can do that every single turn. We can grab our spells and traps that we use and add them back. Insane, I know. Now we're going to go into Pyre Phoenix. He doesn't have anything that we can really destroy. We're going to use our spell and bring back our Sunlight Wolf, and we're just going to start spamming the board. Yes, Salamangreat does have that ability to spam. Go into Flame Administrator, boost our monsters up, and we're just going to keep special summoning. We're not done. Attack once, attack twice, and I think that's game. Let's move on to game 3. Now, I love me a good fire structure deck, and I have to say, I was originally wrong about this structure deck. It is amazing. Although I did have to craft some cards that I do think should have been included, but that's neither here nor there. We're going to open up with another Circle. Yes, grab Gazelle again. Spinny normal summon. Yes, we're going to do Fowl special summon in hand. Balinks, same combo as always. Balinks is going to grab that. Gazelle's going to special summon. Gazelle's going to send. We're We're going to activate Sanctuary whenever we can. We're going to send the Omni Negate because we want to be able to stop our opponent during his turn. Splash Mage, we're going to show off another part that the deck can do. Splash Mage special summons from the graveyard. We're going to go into the XYZ, allowing us a special summon from the deck. Now, if we had a rank 4, we could have went into a rank 4, but we're just going to go into Heat Soul. Heat Soul is going to allow us to draw one card off the top of our deck. We draw a Meer, which lets us special summon and extend our plays, which is kind of cool, honestly. We're going to bring out a Sunlight Wolf. Sadly, we can't really make use of Wolf's effect to add a monster from our graveyard, but we're just going to reset the trap and add Circle. Now we have a Negate, a Disrupt, and we have a Grid Rod equipped. I want to see our opponent do something against this. We are playing against Sword Soul, one of the best decks in the entire game. He's going to activate Sword Soul Mo Yi, and instead of negating it, I'm just thinking, I think I'm just going to pop it. So we end up popping his thing, and he's going to summon a Sword Soul, and I think he's just going to pass. Yeah, unless he tries to enter the battle phase attack, we are going to negate that with Bailings, protecting our monsters. Going on our turn, it looks like we have game, and I'm not trying to say that to be cocky. I really do think we have game. Sunlight Wolf is going to add back Rage, the one we just used to stop him from playing. Yes, we're going to add it back and stop him from playing again. We're going to use Fowl, normal summon it, go into Heat Leo. Heat Leo has the effect where we can target a set our opponent has and shuffle it into the deck. We're going to activate Circle, grabbing a Gazelle. And I think I just want to win the game right now. So we're going to bring out Sunlight Wolf. We're going to normal summon Gazelle. Gazelle's going to send something. We're going to enter the battle phase, attack once, attack twice, and attack 3 times, 4 times, and that's game. If you really like this video, subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. I can't say that enough. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this new style of video, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe. You can check out all the new content I'm going to be making, but besides that, hope you have a great day. See ya.
Hi.
Okay.